Hello everybody, Rufel here, and I bring to you a new game. Directly requested by Chuck Kelty. He asked me to play Final Fantasy 1 specifically. I've chosen to go with the Dawn of Souls version of the game because, well, he wasn't specific, and it's my favorite version. Mostly because, well, they changed how magic works, how magic is done in this game. So, basically spells are cast in a fashion that's more familiar with other games, like Dragon Warrior, and less like Dungeons and Dragons. But the first thing we have to do in this game is create our party. This is no small feat on its own right, because the party that we end up with really dictates the tactics and measures we need to take in order to finish the game. And the game can be finished with any party combination. Quite literally. Some are a lot more difficult than others. Some are just simply tedious and boring. But any combination can be done. To that end, well, there happen to be 6 character classes. Let's introduce ourselves to them. There are warriors, who, well, they get the best weapons in the game, they get the best armors, they get the most hit points. These guys hit hard, and they just soak damage like a sponge. Very good bullet shields they are. Thieves, well, they're similar to warriors, but they rely on their agility. So instead of standing there and taking hits, a thief relies on not being there. It's the world's best block, just don't be there. The armors they wear are lighter, so if they do get hit, they get hit harder. And they can't hit as hard as the warriors, but they hit more often and dodge more. So, a lot of the times, damage-wise, they're kind of a wash. Monks are, in a lot of ways, the bane of a new player. Because they're counterintuitively better off unequipped in certain circumstances. Now, in the original version of the game, you usually had to wait until around level 10 before the monk was better unequipped than he was as fully armed. In this version of the game, we're going to be stripping off his starting gear right from the get-go because that'll be better. And in fact, the ideal starting weapon for him is actually a wash with his fists. Basically, equipped with the wooden nunchucks or unequipped, he can do the same damage. It's pretty counterintuitive, but of course, if he's not equipped with anything, then he's particularly vulnerable to spells. And we have our red mages. These are the jacks of all trades, and the first mage on the list. Equipped with a wide variety of weapons and armor, but he hits about as hard as a thief. He's about as agile as a warrior, and his selection of armor is roughly equivalent to a monk's. Kind of the worst of all worlds. However, he does kind of shine when it comes to magic because it is just pure flexibility and variety. But for each level of spell in the game, he can only learn 3 of them. The red mage is no exception, even though he can potentially learn up to 8 spells has 8 potential spells each level. You can only choose 3 of them. So you're gonna have to specialize somewhere. It'll need to be in the magic. Also, unlike the NES version, spell damage in this one is based on a character stat, namely intelligence, and the red mage does not get that as quickly as the white or black mage. White mage is our healer and general support character. White mage's job is to make everyone else better, either by boosting their defenses or by healing their wounds. Black mage is our offensive spellcaster, and, well, he either he either increases everyone else's attack power or just directly attacks the enemy. Now, the White Mage, when it comes to attacking the enemy, White Mages are really only good against the undead until very late game. Black Mage, well, choose the element that works best and whack. But as I said, this game can be done with any combination, so to that end, I have 4 dice in my hand. For those of you who are familiar with dice that have more than 6 sides, these dice simply have 6 sides because there's 6 classes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Thus are the numbers, which will dictate which class I pick according to the dice. Let's give them a roll. 1, 1, 2, 4. Oh, goody. Right. Contrary to initial assessment, this is actually a very powerful combination to go through the game with. We're just going to be relying a lot more on physical combat because warriors late game will be able to earn white magic, and thieves late game will be able to learn black magic. Monks never learn magic; they just beat people up. Well, let's name our characters and get on with this. Aha! You shall take along Titus. No, you. From you, well, you shall bear my name for kicks. We are allowed up to 6 characters in the names. And you I shall call Useless. Which was the name of a rather popular character I had in a different game. You I shall call Talent. So if you can name the 3 games that these guys are pulled from, good for you. Let us begin. The world lies shrouded in darkness. The winds die. The seas rage. The earth decays. But the people believe in a prophecy, patiently awaiting its fulfillment. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. After a long journey, 4 young travelers did at last appear. And in the hand of each was clutched a crystal. Game on! Alrighty, so, first thing we need to do, we need to go into town and actually get properly equipped. Now we did start with some equipment, and 500 gil, but our starting equipment is pretty lame. We all have knives and clothes. Everyone starts with some clothes, some people start with a wooden stick. You know. That dancer will provide us with hints on where we need to go if you need the assistance. Now, to equip our party, first things first. We want a rapier for everybody. Ah! Now on to armor. Some body armor. Should will be chainmail for the guys in red. And some leather armor for the guy in green. Aha. Let us equip it. We shall just equip the optimal stuff, which will automatically select the ideal equipment, basing on attack and defense. Now, if you have a monk in your party, the optimal doesn't pay attention to his current values. It gives him the weapon or armor that has the highest attack or defense value when it's done. So you have to actually pay attention with a monk. But now we need to actually pick our spells for our red mage. And he is able to learn 6 of the 8 first level spells. The ones he can't learn, Blink, which just raises the caster's evasion, and Dia, also known as Harm. That is the white mage spell for obliterating the undead. But Talent is going to need to be able to heal the party, as he is the primary healer outside of the use of items. And we also want him to have some situationally good offensive spells. Focus is for lowering the evasion of foes so you can hit them more often. Not exceptionally useful. Sleep puts everything to sleep. There's one particular fight where that is exceptionally useful, but with this party, I don't think we'll need it. So, we shall take fire and lightning. Aha! Alright, we are kitted out. Sage Lucas said something about finding the crescent moon. Then he just up and left town. Most of the people don't have anything relevant to talk about, so they're pretty useless. Except at getting in your way. Yeah. Pirate's Den. How long will that take? Get out of the way. Let's go to the item shop. And we can sell things at any shop. This just happens to be convenient for me at the moment. Pushing up will increase the number of items you're trying to work with by 10, or however many you've got. So we can buy potions, which heal for 50 hit points. That's a lot more powerful than the cure spell. Antidotes for healing poison. Poison is pretty dangerous in this game. Some sleeping bags, which is kind of a portable inn, only nowhere near as good. Or Phoenix Downs for reviving the dead. Which these were not in the original game. They are new to this version. But we're not going to be picking up any of that for now. Up here we have the House of Healing, which is how we normally revive dead characters. Oh, everything's sorted out. Let's talk with one of the guards at the exit of town. These guys are only here for the first time you go into town, unless you come and see the king beforehand. They are to ensure that you come and get introduced to the game's storyline. Very rude like that. Yay, the 4 warriors of light are here! Your Majesty, we can't be certain these are the warriors. Yet, here they are with the crystals. I can't dismiss this as coincidence. Crystal bearers, I have a task for you. Please, rescue my daughter. It's nice of him to be upfront with that. The princess was abducted by Garland. Garland took her to the Chaos Shrine. Attempts at rescuing the princess have failed because Garland was the finest swordsman in the kingdom. That's a bit of a problem. Really? We wish to go north? To the continent to the north? I'm not even sure the Warriors of Light even know where they want to be going. But, well, I'll bite. Alright. So, as is made fairly obvious, our first real foe of the game is in fact Garland. And Garland, while he's no pushover, most party combinations can go and challenge him at level 1, and we happen to have one of those combinations. So, off we go. To the Chaos Shrine! We really get to see the combative differences between our characters. Yes, Useless lands more hits, but they aren't as hard as the warriors. What's this? Is this the Chaos Shrine? No! This is the Earth Gift Shrine. It is a Soul of Chaos dungeon, which is exclusive to this version of the game. It is completely optional. And it has a requirement for getting in. We'll let you see if you can figure out what that requirement is. Hello, sir. This is the Earth Gift Shrine. Long ago, ye could enter, but the way's been shut seeing the land began to decay. Thanks for that, dwarf. Oh well. Right, this is not where we need to go. So we must head further for the Chaos Shrine. And goblins. I keep splitting up my characters, who my characters are attacking, but as has just been demonstrated, that is actually a relic from the NES game. In this game, if their target is slain, then they switch targets. So you don't have people attacking dead bodies. As much fun as mutilating the bodies is, it's kind of useless. Now, here at the Chaos Shrine, we just want to head up and deal with Garland. The random encounters in here are far more dangerous than Garland is, so don't mess around, unless you really feel like you can get away with it. Hey. Hi. You're Garland, right? Yes, I think so. Come get somebody. Right. Now. Garland, well, he's pretty tough. He's not really that tough. Don't take him too lightly. Because, yeah. He can hit pretty hard. And in fact, if you have a white or black mage, he can one-shot them if they're still at level 1. Fortunately, we aren't made of squishy people. Like this, punk. Ow. I suppose I didn't really elaborate on it. Well, I guess it'll have to wait, because we just beat Garland. Take that, punk. Yay! We gain more levels. Now, the levels in this version of the game, they come a lot more frequently than they did in the NES. But they aren't as powerful as they were in the NES either. So, it's a big difference there. Don't know why they bothered making that change, but they did. So, whatever. Oh, princess, let's get you home. Yeah, he's pretty capable. He wasn't capable enough to stand up to the four of us. Hooray! You're welcome, King. Oh, alright. darkness veils the world, 4 warriors shall come. If they cannot gather the shards of light, darkness will consume all, and the crystals will never shine again. In short, the world is doomed if we fail. Thanks for the pressure. Crystal can be found on the continent to our north. That's news to me. Wonder what exactly he's talking about. Yes. Destroying the crystals will rid the world of monsters. And the king's gonna make good on his promise and build that bridge. Yay! Let's be going. Yes, princess? What is it? Okay. Why are you giving me an instrument? How is a stringed instrument going to help us in our journey? I don't get it. You, explain. I think the princess is a little bit enamored with us. Right, well. Fortunately, the loot goes into our key items, so we don't have to worry about it. It's just kind of there. But we will want to actually stop by an inn. However, meanwhile, to the north, at that bridge, orders from the king! You must fulfill the prophecy! Do your part! Build the bridge! Build it faster! Dang, man. I don't know how much the king is paying his engineers, but it's not enough if they can put a bridge this big together that quickly. Warriors of Light are in Cornelia! Not for long. We're leaving, after all. Yes, all that happened while we were just exiting the castle. Oh well. So let's go to an inn, where we can heal up. No, we don't save our game by sleeping at an inn. Not in this version. In this version, we can save anywhere on the world map. Or perhaps just anywhere at all. It's hard to say. It is a game based on a mobile battery-powered console. Yeah, we can save it anywhere. Aha. So, let us make our way north. And get assaulted by goblins. Out of the way, punks. Yeah, we've grown quite a lot in skill. More cutscene! And so, their quest began. As the 4 warriors of light, they felt overwhelmed by the great task destiny had placed before them, because destiny is a jerk, and the king kind of laid on that if they fail, there's no hope. They did not even know the true significance of the 4 crystals that they held in their hands, or even how they got them, or how they met, or even where they came from. These things will never be explained. But these crystals, once, long ago, held a light that had shone brilliantly, were now dark and dull. The time for their journey had come. The time to cast off the veil of darkness and bring the world once more into light. because of some stupid prophecy that said that they were the only ones who could do it. Thanks a lot. The world is in your hands, warriors. And we shall see how they do next time. Until then, later.